Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Full Circle Network. I'm your host this week, Jacob Campbell, lead news writer over at Full Circle Cinema. Today, it's actually just going to be me going on the pod. Everyone else was a little bit busy this week, so we're going to be in a solo review of episode 8 of Titans, titled Jericho. Impressions of this episode by myself. It was a bit of a weaker episode all around compared to the past few. I thought last week's episode, Bruce Wayne, was really good. So coming off of that, I had high hopes for the episode. It didn't live up to it that I was hoping. It didn't live up to the stakes I was hoping for. But it wasn't terrible. It was a flashback episode. So it delved into the events of what brought about Jericho's death, which, and if you remember last week, Dick revealed to Jason that he was actually the one who killed Jericho, Slade's son, and which inevitably led to the breaking up of the original Titans. So this episode kind of broke down what happened and why it happened. Impressions, like I was saying. The rest of the team, they let me know that they weren't a huge fan of this week. They felt it was a little bit weaker and also a little bit disappointing because they were hoping for some big scenes with Deathstroke and Robin and the rest of the team, which we do eventually get in this episode, but it didn't make up for the weaker character-driven moments of it. High points for this week's episode. I felt that Chalamet, I want to make sure I'm saying their name right. I thought he was a great actor in this episode. He made me like Jericho in the few moments that we got him, which we knew we weren't going to get a lot of him, given that, he's dead now. But I thought he was an interesting character. I'm kind of disappointed we won't get to see more of him for the rest of the season and for the rest of the series as it goes on. Other high points of the episode, I always love these moments with the old team. You get Hank, Dawn, Donna, and Dick all hanging out in Titan's Tower. So I enjoyed those moments with them all together. It also still disappoints me that we won't get to see a lot of that core team in the rest of the series. But it was okay. Beyond that, the episode didn't have much else going for it in terms of action, which I felt like the past few episodes of Titans have had really good action fight sequences. The Superboy episode was awesome. Connor was great in that. Last week's episode, it was also pretty good. I enjoyed Dick's moments. But this week I felt the action scenes, we didn't get as much as I was hoping for. There is a great fight scene between Deathstroke and Robin in the church, which I've been looking forward to because it was rumored that we were going to get this big church fight scene between the two of them, and it was good. But it didn't make the episode for me. I was hoping for just a little bit more, and it unfortunately underdelivered in that department. And since I feel like the best moments of the Titans series so far have been these action sequences or the very character-driven moments, I was hoping that it would have made up for it with those character-driven stories. And unfortunately, we didn't get enough of it. There was some great flashback scenes with Jericho explaining Deathstroke's origin and also explaining how his powers came to be, but it just wasn't enough to make up for the episode for me. So unfortunately, I wasn't a huge fan of it, which upset me a little bit. Beyond that, I want to try and get into the episode itself a little bit. Like I said, this was a flashback episode that broke down the origins of the fall of the Titans and how Jericho's death brought that about. It kind of jumps a few weeks after that last flashback episode where it reveals Dick has now met Jericho and is trying to befriend him to try and get at Deathstroke. It seems that as of now, Jericho is friends with the rest of the Titans. He's met all of them a few times, and they go to party at the beach. This is where we jump into Deathstroke's origin, because the rest of the Titans start to ask Jericho about his dad, if he's still in the picture, what he knows about him. And we find out that in the Titans series, Deathstroke was experimented on in the army and given these superhuman abilities. He's got super strength, he's got super agility, reflexes, all these senses are enhanced, which combined with his all this training in the army makes him this formidable foe, which we've seen thus far in the series. So that was really great, getting to see what made Deathstroke now, how he's come to this point, and we get to find out why Deathstroke isn't with Jericho anymore after, and we also, which actually leads into us explaining why Jericho is mute. If you've already seen the episode or anything, or you want to avoid spoilers, you want to ditch right here. So what happened is a team of mercenaries broke into Deathstroke's home and slit Jericho's throat, leading to him becoming this mute character, and which eventually is the reason him and his mom left Slade Wilson, because they didn't want to be in danger anymore. And that origin was really good. I liked that, and I thought it was a good explanation of how Deathstroke became Deathstroke, and also why Jericho and his mom left Slade, because they realized that they were in danger as long as they were with him. Moving beyond that, we get to see Dick and the rest of the team come to understand that Jericho has his own powers as a result of his father being experimented on in the army, which I'm really glad we got to see Jericho use his powers, even if it was only once in the series. He has the ability to possess the bodies of those around him after he makes eye contact with him, and the effects they used for this ability I thought were really good, actually. That was one of the high points of the episode for me. When Jericho transports his consciousness into another body, he becomes this kind of like ethereal, like ghost-like figure, and he passes through into their body, which I thought looked really cool, personally. So I'm kind of upset we won't get to see more of that, but what we did I thought was really great. Especially because I would have liked to see how they would have utilized this power if they kept Jericho alive later on. But I understand using him as this kind of this plot device to move along the drama between the Titans and Deathstroke later on. I thought it was great. I was moving from there. We also realized some new things about the last flashback episode. So knowing that Garth was killed, blocking the bullet that looked like it was heading towards him, it was actually revealed that he was not the target, nor was Donna. The real target was Jillian, who we met in that last flashback episode. And from there, we get to the climax of this week's episode, which is the Robin and Deathstroke fight that I know some people have been looking forward to. It was rumored we'd get this little fight. Some leakers have been talking about it. But I thought it was really good. I enjoyed their fight scene. There was some great action overall. And we find out that this whole time Dick has been talking about he's the one that killed Jericho. So we've been trying to figure out, did he actually kill Jericho? What does he mean by this? So when Deathstroke went to deliver the final blow to Dick and kill him, Jericho jumped in the way and took the hit. So Dick is the reason Jericho was in that position, and Deathstroke ultimately killed his own son, which we can finally understand why Deathstroke wants the Titans to end once and for all, because they made him kill his own son, which ups the villain factor for Deathstroke all in all. And it makes him an even larger threat than he already was for the rest of the season. In closing, I thought it was an okay episode. Could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot worse. Action scenes were okay. They could have been a lot better. The church fight was definitely a high point, as was Jericho, as was Jericho's character and his powers. I wish we could see more of that later on in the season. But like I said, I get why they had to kill him to give Deathstroke a reason to hate the Titans. So in closing, it was an okay episode. Wasn't great, wasn't terrible. But all in all, not one of the weaker points of the season. That's for sure. I enjoyed the action scene in the church with Robin and Deathstroke. I also enjoyed Jericho's character and his powers. I still wish we could have seen more of that later on in the season. So I'm hoping maybe we'll get some flashback scenes set before he dies, while he's still making friends with the Titans, or something along those lines. Because of the two, if I had to compare Slade's kids, Jericho and Ravager, Jericho's definitely my favorite so far. I'm hoping we get some more Ravager scenes soon. We could see her become a little bit better. But beyond that, I'm hoping the upcoming episode is a little bit better. I can't remember what that one's titled off the top of my head, but I'm hoping we get some great Deathstroke scenes, and maybe we get to see the Titans face off against him once again. But that wraps up this week's episode. Hope you guys liked it. I know it was a little bit different than we're used to, with the rest of the team all firing back and forth at each other. But everyone should be back next week, so look forward to that. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Make sure to follow the site on Twitter at FullCircleCine. And you can catch me on Twitter at JacobCamp13. And with that, all right, hope you guys have a great day.